There you go. Welcome to Kenya July team. Exciting times ahead. And you are actually on countdown, are you? What have we got? What have we got? 3 weeks before you go? Something along those lines? So the purpose of today is by the end of this little Zoom, you are going to feel confident with airports, itineraries, what to pack, visas, you name it. Okay. So I've got my little list. We're going to run through it. And at any stage, I want you to wave, shout, holler, catch my attention and ask me questions. Okay. Interactive. This is not a school talk. This is just like to get you organized. So starting off with your flights, you've all booked your flights. I think the majority of you are on and I'm just going to get the Kenya flights. Oh my God, look at that. Easy peasy. Apart from Orla, okay, you are all on the same flight. Edgar, I know you're arriving a few days later, but you're all on the same Ethiopia flight. Genius. Okay. What I want you to do is get to Heathrow. Do not try and talk to anybody. Get yourself checked in and get yourself through into, beyond passport and meet everybody on the other side. Okay. I highly recommend that you Zoe is going to set up a WhatsApp group. She might have already done it, but if she hasn't, she will be doing it. Just whoever gets there first says, right, we're in Costa or wherever, and you congregate, okay? So meet on the other side. Air Ethiopia, okay? It is what it is. So I would take my only top tips. I always make our entire family always fly to Kenya with Air Ethiopia. And actually, it's better than British Airways. Okay, so it's fine. But take your own headphones for the telly. Okay, the ones that plug in with the one pin. Okay, that's just a really good top tip. Great big tellies, great choice of movies. The food on the way out will be absolutely fine. Hunky dory. Now, Addis, let me tell you, is your first welcome to the developing world. Okay. So when you arrive at Addis, you have to go through this laborious thing of taking, pretty much all your clothes off, your shirts, your watches, everything, going through all the systems. Bags get checked, and then you go upstairs to sit and have a coffee. Top tip, don't do what I did and have your data roaming on. I got literally bitten, and I had it on for about 2 seconds when I got off the plane and had a 50 quid bill. Painful. So switch your mobile data off before you hit Air Ethiopia, before you hit Addis. Upstairs, there are a couple of fine coffee shops. Okay, you can pay with your card, US dollars. They don't like sterling, but you can just pay with your card. Okay. And then you go back downstairs to get on your internal flight, your next leg to take you to Mombasa. When you arrive at Mombasa, you will need to show them your visa and your passport. Arriving at Mombasa is rather like arriving in a cattle shed. Okay, that it is. It's hot, it's sweaty with one fan for 1,000. So it's really, really basic. Our guides will be there in the cattle shed as you come out. It's this huge room. When you've got your luggage, you then have to you go through passport control, then you collect your luggage, and then it's a free-for-all outside. Just wait there in the cool, and our guides will come and collect you and take you to the camp, which is, depending on traffic, probably an hour and a half to 2 hours away. So it is a long haul, this journey. But when you're there, you've got the Indian Ocean to jump into. Happy days. Okay. So over the course of your 4 weeks, just to give you a brief overview, if I haven't bored you personally before, okay, you are heading out to Kenya to support our great family friends called Des and Tilda Bowden, who are the pioneers behind Oceans Alive, which is a very dynamic marine conservation project, grassroots project. Okay. Des has designated a marine conservation area, and they are doing extraordinary things. And his project is now being replicated up and down the Indian Ocean coast, as far as northern Kenya, all the way down to Mozambique and Madagascar. So it's a really inspiring project, just a simple community project, which is making a huge difference. So you will be involved in snorkeling every single day to check out the marine doing underwater coral gardening. Okay, you will do it when it is low tide. So it's just snorkel and mask. You're standing doing the coral garden. It is fascinating. But while you're doing it, you're surrounded by Nemo and all his friends, and it's just beautiful. But at the same time, there's just one aspect of this project. The other aspect is, okay, now the fishermen, they can't fish as much because you can't overfish. So what are they going to do for their, how are they going to feed their family? And what are they going to sell at the market? So as part of this whole project, you've got the initiative to do permaculture. So now you will be helping with the permaculture, which is getting little things like cement bags, educating the ladies in the villages to fill up with the manure and waste to create compost. Now they can grow fruit and vegetables, peppers. You will see them tumbling around in their garden, which now they can sell at the market. In addition, you will be helping make these Gico stoves, which are, in a sense, like mini Argas. So instead of this fresh fish coming out and, it goes off overnight, now in each village, they have a fishmonger. She can now, and it's always a female, she can now fry this fish so it doesn't go off so quickly, so it lasts longer, so they don't need to fish more often. So you will see, yes, it's about marine, but it's about supporting the changes to the marine and the effect it has on the community, and you will be involved in all aspects of those projects. So it's really, really interesting. But at the same time, it's not all work and no play. You will be going on dhow trips. You will be having sundowners. You will be having beach volleyball. You will be having football matches or netball matches, whatever type of match you want with the local kids. You will be having a day or two at the local school, teaching, playing, you name it. The kids absolutely love it. You'll be doing water appreciation for the old and sickly in the villages. Each village has a well, and the old, they can't carry their water. So you'll be doing that. You'll be learning how to carry these vast things on your head. You'll be going to the markets, buying clothes and having fancy dress nights. There is so much to do. And you will also hopefully go out on a safari while you are there. Now, the safari, it is in Savo East. And we will be introducing you to Chris, the safari man, when you are out there. And we keep it open at this point because you never know if there's going to be a drought on, where the wildlife is. And he has his finger on the pulse. So when you get there, in the first week, you will go to his house and he will talk you through the various options, length of safaris, and what he thinks right now at that time of year is going to be the most effective, best experience for you. So it is just be open-minded. But you've got the budget price, I think about £600, but if you can get it down, he will. If it's 2 nights, but it's usually people opt to do a 3-nighter, but it's a proper experience, so you will love it. So any questions on the content of your itinerary? Does that sound exciting? Have I made it sound exciting?
Yeah.
Good. Thanks. Okay. So a typical day is you're going to be up early. So you're going to be having breakfast 7:38. You're going to be out doing activities in the morning, back for lunch, activities in the afternoon, sundowner somewhere, supper, chill, put the music on, bonfire on the beach, that type of vibe. Okay. There is a really cool little beach bar in the next door beach where everybody loves to go. I know you'll be frequenting that a lot. But in the camp, there is a little shop-esque bar, so that will be stocked up. So you could just have a rolling tab and go through, you know, your 4 weeks there. So it is a very wholesome experience, lovely, low-key, relaxed Kenyan, kind of barefoot. You know, you don't need any kind of fancy clothes. It's just really easy going. Okay, but I'm not going to digress and go on to what to pack, which is I have a tendency to do. So no 2 days are going to be the same. Okay, and if you absolutely love something, you're to tell Tilda, okay, and the team. If you actually hate something, tell them, because you're all there. They are there to make your experience absolutely top notch. So they can be dynamic and as flexible as you want to be. So communicate with the team leaders. Any questions? Moving on. Okie dokes. So
Millie, oh, sorry. You're allowed to wear like would you like bring trousers or shorts? Or like
hold that thought, Zach. Hold that thought. I'm coming down.
yeah.
I'm coming down to your kit. Okay. So I have to go through my list, otherwise I will miss something off. So now I'm not being very flexible. So money, okay. The only thing you're going to spend money on is doing the safari, key, but you don't need money because you can do a bank transfer into Chris's UK account. So that is taken care of there. I would take $50 just to have on you. It's always good as an emergency. The rest, the Kenyan shillings, you will get out of the ATM when you are there. Okay, you can either do that at the airport or at Vipingo. At some stage throughout your journey, you will be taken to the ATM. So don't worry. But if you could do it at the airport in Mombasa, super duper. Okay. What are you going to spend this extra money on? Buying beers. You might want to kind of buy the kikois. There's so many kind of cool knickknacks, shirts, kikois, that type of thing. Girls' jewelry out there is just heaven. So most people, I think, on average, spend an extra kind of £100 a week, you know, but you can go crazy. One boy spent an absolute fortune when he was out there, and we kind of dig down and say, what were you spending your money on? And it transpired he was buying bottles of imported French wine. You are not going to do that, okay? You are going to be drinking, you know, the Tusker beer, and keep it simple. You are not going to have high-end cocktails. All right, no. So you can take your normal bank card, okay, and just use your debit card. But if you've got a Revolut or Starling or Monzo cards, those also work really, really well, and they don't charge you to get the cash out. Okay, but don't stress if you haven't got one. You've had enough on your plate, and just use your debit card. Phones, okay, you are going to take 2 phones, well, as many of you as possible. I know most of you have got a kitchen drawer at home stuffed full of redundant old phones. Bung one of those in your bags, because you will be amazed at every trip there's 2 or 3 that lose their phone and will drop it in the sea or smash it on the coral. Oh, there's always a phone nightmare. And you can't replace your phones out there. Well, you can, but they're hugely expensive. So take a backup phone. There is Wi-Fi in the camp. The Wi-Fi is good enough to WhatsApp, maybe check Instagram, but it is not good enough to start downloading anything. Okay. So if you're into Game of Thrones, well, you know, the equivalent, download it now if that's what you really love to do in your bit of downtime. You can get local SIM cards out there, but I don't know, some groups do, some groups don't. It's just not a big deal to communicate with each other through the WhatsApp, through the Wi-Fi. Any questions? Money, phones, SIM cards, Wi-Fi. So when you arrive, okay, I will get the heads up. So this is parents listening into this. I will get the heads up that you've all arrived, and we will send an email to your families saying they've arrived. So don't feel, oh God, I've got to switch my, Wi-Fi on and let everyone know I've arrived. Just chili beans, we're doing that on your behalf. Kit, okay, what are you going to pack? Please, please, please look at the in your MyLeap, the kit list. Everything on there is there for a reason. You are not leaving home. It is essential to take out a good snorkel and mask. Absolutely essential. Do not buy cheap, okay? Because it will be a waste of time. You do not want leaky goggles. So buy a good one. A really good brand is Cressy, which you can just get on Amazon. You definitely want the little scuba boots. You know, those little shoes to protect your feet when you're walking out on the coral, because you don't want to tread on any nasties. And it is essential to have a really good UV vest, because it is boiling hot and you're back up to the sun when you're coral gardening. Do not forget any of those key items. Girls, loads of bikinis, okay? Loads and loads. Boys, take as many pairs of shorts as you like. Boys, close your ears for 2 seconds. Girls, one of the main reasons you're going to take loads of bikinis is that you don't want to be sitting around in wet swimsuits, okay? If you do, UTIs are really, really common in that tropical environment, just sitting around in wet swimmers. So you've got to keep, dry swimmers all the time, and just, look up, it's just a really key thing that happens. So boys, you can listen back in now. You are going to take loads of shorts, because that is what you are going to live in during the daytime. Now at night, literally 6 o'clock, it's like the lights are switched off. Bang, it's dark. 6:30 in Kenya. You're to shower and get ready for that sun going down, because that's when the mozzies come out. So I highly recommend that you are all wearing long-legged trousers in the evening. Girls, the best trousers in the world, for fear of you all looking like clones of each other, are those really thin trousers. Aspiga sell them, but they're really expensive. So look at the, you can get cheaper versions. Thin cotton with the elasticated ankle. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they're just brilliant because they stop the mozzies flying up your leg, flying up the... Boys, you've just got to manage the mozzies, unless you're going to put cycle clips around the bottom of your trousers, okay? But those kikoi trousers, which you can buy out there, really, really thin, cottony, light trousers is what you want to wear in the evenings. Thin t-shirts, not the thick t-shirts. Thin t-shirts, the thin shirts, that is what you want to be wearing in the evening. Loads of mozzie spray up every night. Okay, mosquito nets are provided, so you don't need to take that. Sheets and all that bed linen is provided. But mozzie spray, clever clothes to wear in the evenings. I mean, some people don't, and they just wear their, short dresses and they're fine. But self-management is key. Okie dokes? Helpful?
Question.
Go.
Do we bring our own towels, or?
You are going to bring your own towel? Yes. So I would take 2 maybe, but you don't want to take those heavy bath towels. No. So a kikoi towel is really good, a quick drying towel, anything that dries really quickly, because it is slow to dry out there because of the humidity. So the lighter, the better. Okay. When it comes to shoes, I would be taking, yes, you've got to take your funny little scuba shoes to wear when you're doing the marine. I would take a pair of trainers, and I'd be taking a pair of kind of sliders, Berkeys, flip-flops, that type of thing. No more than that. Okay, you might want to take, actually, that's a, well, no, I wore those plastic Berkeys every single day. That was absolutely perfect to do the project work. And then when I went on the hikes, I was just in a kind of old knackered pair of trainers. But beware, in Kenya, the soil is red. So if you're thinking, oh, here are my beautiful new trainers, which I love and absolutely treasure, they're going to come back stained red. Okay, so be warned. So possibly don't take your brand new spanking, you know, just finished my A-levels, gift to myself trainers. Don't take those. Washing, you can easily, the kind of rule of thumb out in Kenya is wash your own pants, okay? Wash your own underwear and just hang it on the line. So when you have a shower, you just get into that routine. But the lovely ladies at the house called Popes, they will do your washing, and then they will just charge you for a load. I think it's about $10 a load. And, you know, that's just simple. Post, there is no post to Kenya. You have been warned. There has been one girl that arrived and had forgotten all her underwear, okay? If that happens, then you'll be going shopping, okay? There is no post. So I can't emphasize that enough. So do not forget your phone, your chargers, your money, all those important things. Personal admin. Now, I know a lot of you are in the lower six and we've spoken to you all. So just checking that you are all happy with signing. You've all signed that form. Zoe said most of you have signed that form. So I'm just checking, just reminding if there's any of you that haven't, the consent form, which is in MyLeap, all of you have to sign that. And then if you're under 18, you have to get your parents to do it. So, but I know Zoe is onto it. So don't think, have I? Unless she has sent you an email, then you're all under control. The health form. Now, the health form looks great. We know most of you have filled that in. But if any of you are holding anything back, now is your time to speak. Okay? You honestly wouldn't believe it. People have arrived in country and then told us that they've got a severe nut allergy. We don't like surprises like that. So if you are harboring any kind of thing, oh, should I tell them? Should I not? It's a bit weird. I don't really need to. Just tell us. Okay? We've seen it all, heard it all. Everything is confidential. Just give us a quick phone call. Health and safety. Okay, now this is when I sound like a school teacher. Okay, no offense to those school teachers out there, but this is when I become serious. You are all independently going out. This is not a school trip, and we are responsible for all of you. Okay, it's a team experience, so you're to look out for each other. None of you know each other, okay? There's a couple of friends in amongst, but you're all taking this bold move and meeting each other blind at Heathrow. It is a commendable thing to do, but it is a nerve-wracking experience for all. Even the most confident of you will be having a bit of that adrenaline rush when you say goodbye at Heathrow, okay? So be kind to each other, okay? Just don't take people on face value, look after, dig deep, just make sure you are all okay, okay? And just be kind. Kind is all we want on a team program. And everybody, all the kind of leapers, that is usually their kind of default mechanism, which we love and love dearly. Now, if any of you are going to be that idiot that decides that they're going to get absolutely wasted on beer every night, you know, that is not the type of vibe we're after, okay? So don't be that idiot. If you are that idiot, you're going to get a rap on the knuckles. It will start off like this. Please could you stop doing that? You're really annoying everyone. The next time, you'll get an email from me saying, right, this is your written warning. You are an idiot. You know, one more time, if you don't get your act together, you'll be asked to leave. And then the third time, off you trot. Okay? Don't be that person. And we've never had that in Kenya in the whole time that we've run it, because it just works beautifully. So I'm just warning you, don't be the idiot. If you've got any worries, if you're feeling homesick, if you're feeling out of sorts, you just go to the team leaders, and especially to Tilda. She is my age, so it's a kind of mum's age, kind of mid-50s. I love her. She's a great friend. She's incredibly kind, and she can just scoop you up and just get you back on track. So nobody is to be that brave person and just hold it all together. If you're feeling out of sorts, ill, dehydrated, you go to her. When it comes to health, okay, you have got self-management is key. And I've harped on this before about the mosquito, about the mozzies. Look after those. Food, you're not to clean your teeth out of the sink, okay? You're to use bottled water, which is provided throughout, okay? Don't really race to eat the street food. It's not a good idea. Yes, you're probably all going to get a dodgy tummy at some stage. Okay, that's just part of the African experience. So just go with it. And cuts in the tropics will not heal by themselves. So do not ignore a simple cut. Show Tilda, if you've got a cut, you just keep an eye on them. Okay, because they can go moldy and septic literally overnight. So that is my top tip. And keep rehydrated. Okay, you are in the tropics. It is hot and it is sweaty. Actually, it's the most perfect time of year. It's kind of mid-20s. It can rain. Well, it hasn't rained yet. They're kind of heading into another drought. So the rains are holding off. But if it does rain, it's warm rain, dramatic, and then it moves on. And, wearing a hat, suntan lotion. And if you are feeling a bit woozy-headed, then the first port of call is rehydrate. So I would put Diorolite in your bag, okay? Even though it is utterly disgusting. You can get nicer flavors from Holland and Barrett, but that is the key thing, just to keep hydrated. So that is me running through my little list. Any questions from you? Are you all happy? Yeah? Excited?
Would you suggest to bring any shoes or just flip-flops? Except rock shoes as well.
Yeah, I would definitely take a pair of trainers, a pair of flip-flops, and your scuba shoes.
Scuba shoes, yeah. Nice one. Just a minute.
Okay. Anything else? The visa. Have you all got your visas? Do not leave that to the last minute. Okay, they are an absolute bugger to get. So get on with your visas. ASAP. And if it doesn't come within 48 hours, tell us, because one guy got there, didn't come, and we thought, yeah, it will come tomorrow, It just got stuck in the system and he had to change his flight. So it is not a quick thing to get. And when you get your visa and you fill it in, people often wait for an email. That doesn't happen either. You have to go back onto your account and download it off the e-visa platform online. Okay? Have you all got your visas?
Yes.
Good.
I like scuba shoes, like reef shoes.
Yes. The reef shoes. Yes, that's exactly right. The type of thing you would wear if you're on a British beach, hobbling over the stones.
Yeah. Cool.
But make sure they're comfy, because you are wearing them an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is it from me, guys. We are here to help you get on your merry way. We wish you a heavenly trip. We're all very envious, and I know you will love it. So cheerio. Goodbye to you all. And if any of you have got any exams left, good luck with the last ones.
Thank you so much, Millie.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.